Hi, I'm Hal Ruth, and it's time for your Equalizer 9 Tip of the Week. This week, we're going to talk about something that every general contractor, and sometimes especially subcontractors, face when they are presented with, hey, come in and deliver an interview or presentation to this ownership team on why we should pick you for our project. We all go through it. We all have these interviews. And we all struggle with this one thing. And I've heard it a gazillion times. And here's what I'll hear a client GC of mine say. We can't take this superintendent to this presentation because he's so bad at presenting. We're going to stump our toe if we take this guy with us to this presentation. Now, Hal, he's a great superintendent. He's a fantastic superintendent. I wouldn't want anyone else building my project but him, but he's so bad at presenting that he ruins our chances of winning. I hear it all the time. Now, the first thing is, not taking your superintendent is a fatal error when you go to that presentation. And I'll tell you why. Most owners are smart enough to understand, and I know I would be looking at this if I were making a decision on who I wanted to pick to build a building for me. The one person I'm going to be spending more time with than anyone else on your team is the superintendent. I will be living 12 months of my life with him. I will be talking to him all the time, on weekends, before and after dinner. I'll be making phone calls to him. So for me to make a decision around who I want to build my building without a comfort level in my superintendent is just not going to work. So you have to bring the superintendent. Now the same could be said for, sometimes I'll hear people say, well, our PM, he doesn't present well, or our pre-con guy doesn't present well. So here's what I want to tell you. They don't have to be great orators. Everyone's not gifted with that skill. Now you can get better. You can absolutely get better. I've seen people who were awful at it actually become pretty good at it. And so there is certain skills and sort of tricks of the trade that we can teach people to get better. But what I want to tell you today is the only thing we need from that PM, superintendent, pre-con person is to accomplish two things. One, they must demonstrate that they are highly capable. So that's C. Capable, okay? So we need to demonstrate capability. The other thing, the other C that they must come away with and demonstrate is chemistry. In other words, I as the owner have to look at this superintendent or PM or pre-con person and be able to say, I could see myself working with them for the next 12 months. I think I would even enjoy working with them. And then I also must be able to say, and I think that they are highly capable. They know what they're doing. If you get what I call those two parking spaces, in other words, capability, chemistry, in the brain of the owner, there's two parking spaces, capability and chemistry. If I can pull my superintendent into those two parking spaces and the other team doesn't, we win. So I think there's a few strategies that I use in order to do this. And basically, it's almost become a formula. I will get my superintendent, for example, 3 sections in the presentation. The first one is when we're introducing our team, there's going to be a slide dedicated to him. And all it is his personal branding slide. And it'll have a project of his on there. And all he's going to say is, my name is Ralph Emerson. I will be your superintendent on site from the beginning to the end. And I was picked to be on your team because. Now what comes after that because is going to be things that are relevant to their project. It's not a resume. Ralph is not going to say, I've been with this company for 23 years, I've been in construction for 29 years, I have a technical degree from this community college, blah, blah. No resume. He's going to say specific things about your project. He's going to say stuff like this. And the reason I was picked for your team is because just like your project, this project is a multi-floor mixed-use project. Just like your project, this project has poured-in-place concrete, which I have done 10 poured-in-place concrete jobs. It is also a CM at risk job with early planning, and I get engaged with my pre-con team on constructability review on every project I work on. This project is exactly what I do. That's all. Now, later on, we might actually get him to do one case study, 30 seconds, on a similar project like that, or right behind that time, and talk in his own words. Also later on, there's probably a logistics plan, and I want that superintendent telling me how he's going to build this job and telling me where the dangers are and where the issues are and walking me through it. Not presenting, telling me how he's going to build it. That's all, in his own words. And then I usually, at the end of the presentation, I'll do a day in the life of Ralph Emerson. And this is where Ralph's just going to say, hey, look, I'm the first guy there at the beginning of the day. I'm the last guy who leaves. I don't sit in that job site trailer. I walk the job. I'm looking at how I can help these subcontractors on in their performance and their schedule. I'm watching quality issues, and most of all, I'm watching safety issues, and I don't accept anything but the safety standards. And that's what I do. And lastly, I'm all about communication. I'm going to work with you, Mr. Owner. I want to talk to you, Mr. Owner. If you want to come out here and bring someone on a tour, I'll be right there with you to do it. I'll make it easy. So that's a day in the life of Ralph Emerson. So anyway, what I'm trying to do is just capability and chemistry. And so when your presentations, think about those two things, but you gotta take them and you gotta prep them for it. But we want it in their own words. We want Ralph to feel like Ralph and not to try to look like some slick presenter. So anyway, that's your tip of the week for this week. If you find these beneficial, would love for you to sign up to get these right in your inbox. Just go on our website at equalizer9.com and you can sign up to receive these right in your inbox. I'd love for you also to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can watch it that way. And if you ever need us, call me at 919-427-1761 or email me at how@equalizer9.com. Thank you so much for allowing me to come and speak to you today, and look for next week's Equalizer 9 Tip of the Week. Thank you.